All right, welcome to the Spotlight After Show. We have Eric Wright, our contestant wrangler is what we call you. Abby Cherry, she's here because she's a good time. Right. So we've heard. And Ezra, who is our audience choice from...
Wearing the best shirt ever.
Yes.
Unzip this for everyone to see.
Wow. You know, I really needed that a couple Halloweens ago. I was going to be the Macho Man from wrestling. You guys are probably too young to know that. That
Here
would
it
be
is.
perfect. No. All right, let's talk to you first, Ezra. You led out the night. Tonight was songs from your birth year. Rocking it in that outfit. How you found those pants in 2014, I will not ever know. What does it feel like to be the audience save? Because you were not chosen by the judges to go through to the top 12.
Well, I feel very grateful to be the audience save. So I feel like I have to rock it out for them. I have to represent. That's why I chose to do live music, because I know they feel it. They feel the bass. They feel the drum. Boom, ba, bow, bow, bow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying. Can you explain?
Like, you know when you hear the notes, right? So, it's comes out. Right?
So how do you think your performance went? Because you were first. We put you first because we wanted you to rock the house. Do you feel like you did that?
Yeah. I mean, they were saying this or that. They went crazy when I was done. They went crazy when I came on. So I feel like I can do better, which is good, you know, because if I don't feel that way, then that's stupid as a performer. You should always feel like you can do better and keep going and keep going. So.
Abby, how do you think that the night went as a whole? You were there on the second row.
Oh my gosh.
How did it go overall?
I wish you all would let me live tweet for you, because train wreck was a good word to describe the bulk of the night. There were maybe 3 performances that were like spot on. The rest, I was like, amen, Megan, amen. She was getting it. Everything she said was truth, and everyone was booing her, and I was like, boo you. They sucked.
So she's laying the hammer down hard tonight. Eric, you
Yes.
are with them upstairs.
Yeah.
What is it like when they come back from their performance?
You know, sometimes it's awkward because I have to pretty much be like, good job, even though like the judges may have not thought they did well or they think they did well. But tonight, I think tonight was a lot better for the contestants than last week. I think a lot of them used live music. It translated well. Even though there were some really good performances and some really bad, I still think that this week was a lot better than the duets. That's just me. So. But it's kind of awkward, but they do a good job. They're pretty good.
And I'm just awkwardly, if somebody could turn that air unit off, there's a new background. As a whole, I thought it just kind of stayed at kind of a boring pace. And I think that because we're here in the cab office all week, and we get their song choices, so we can look at it as a whole, what it's going to look like, but they don't have that advantage because they don't know what each other's picking, so they don't get to help put together the show. Let's talk about, and I thought it was a brave choice, Sean Nelson did Kiss from a Rose. Let's weigh in on that, because I knew, because he changed. There was a song that he wanted to do, and he could not get the track or whatever the issue was, so he switched to that, and I was really worried.
What
How do
was
you think
the
that
other
it
song
went?
he was going to do?
Gangster's Paradise, I think?
Oh. Well.
Yeah. Which would have been awesome. I really had
supported
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we were excited, but he couldn't get the music.
But I was glad that he chose live music, even though I think, did he just have a guitar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just had a guitar, which was all he needed for that song. But I thought what the judges said, like what Jimmy said, like he needed to bring it down a few keys because he sounded good when he got to the chorus and he could really project. But then in his falsetto was squeaky, and he needed to bring it down some. So.
What do you do in a situation? Because Ezra, we were talking last week in the after show how a rapper would fare in Spotlight because you one of the rules is you're not allowed to do any originals. Mm-hmm. So what do you do in a situation where even because you don't really sing, and so what happens weeks down the road if you make it through and you can't find a track?
What you really have to do is, the good thing about being a rapper and being able to come up with lyrics, it forces you to be creative. So when I hear music, I'm already looking at songs for next week, and I'm like, okay, I can use a keyboard for this, and the keyboard can use like synth noises, so you can use a synth. And you just really have to expand your horizons and can't limit yourself to just tracks, you know, because you're not just a rapper, you're a musician, you're an artist. And artists use tons of tools to make a painting, so that's what you do on stage.
I think going off of that, tonight was a perfect example with the track, how live music fares. You know, it's better than the track. It drowned out the girl's voice. She can't even hear herself, so definitely live music's always better.
Live music is good.
Who would you peg, and Ezra, you don't have to say this because I know you have to sit there, and it's going to be awkward for you, Eric, but
That's all right.
who would you give the worst performance of the night for whatever reason?
It was Rachel's. She just was really uncomfortable on stage. She wasn't very confident. I really wanted to run behind her and start acting like an Indian, just to lighten the mood. I felt so bad for her.
Well,
but she got drowned, like Abby said though, she got drowned out by the track, and she lost it. And I think she did really good with Skyfall though. I
Yeah,
thought that
she
song was really good for her. But this one is bad choice, I think.
How much did she help with Skyfall? Like, how much influence? Because I thought that the difference between Skyfall and a song from Pocahontas, look, those are two different worlds to me.
Those are two different worlds. With Skyfall, it was basically we were trying to choose a song, and when we first met, she was like, "So, are you high or low?" And I was like, "I don't sing." You're just playing. Like, no, I don't sing. I'm a rapper. She was like, "Oh," she got really nervous, so I automatically just wanted to pick something that fit her. So she said she loved Adele, so I was like, "Let's do Skyfall," and then I'll do some editing and add something in there so I can throw down some rhymes, and basically that's it. So we just tried to mold it just really so she could just stand out.
Well, I really felt bad for her because she was upset. Look, I'm backstage doing their interviews, and we had to wait for her. And I told her that she just pick something really awesome next week. There's always the online vote, and hopefully she can pull through. Anybody else on the low end that we want to mention before we move on?
On the low end,
Yeah.
I mean, I second what you said at the bottom. I feel bad for her. All of them have phenomenal voices. That's why they're there. And like just some of the other artists that we've mentioned, like they have really solid points in the song, but overall it just didn't come through. I would definitely peg her as the lowest.
Who did the best? Jonathan Carmack last week, I think, I hope I'm not calling it wrong, he mentioned Sarah Johampton as the dark horse. And I think that she probably had the best performance of the night.
You bring two old men on stage and you're good.
yeah, it was so sweet. I mean, she captured the audience with her daddy being up there.
Yeah.
Was it her daddy?
Well, I don't know. I hope she doesn't call
They
him
were
that.
really
Oh
cute.
yeah, don't do that. But
That was daddy.
Like, she just was really good on stage, I thought. And she literally did not move, and she had the audience's attention.
I think really what plays to her advantage is like her voice is just so smooth. Like you don't hear like any type of like hesitancy. You don't hear any cracks and nothing. Like I think it's just really smooth, and it just comes with confidence. She knows she has a good voice, and she is the dark horse. I think that like, and she had to have her family there tonight. Like she's from Williamsburg. She's gonna have people there. People will know about this competition. They'll vote for her, and I think she's got a really good shot.
All right, before we go, we're out of time. Anybody want to pick a winner right now with 12 people on the stage?
I'll say Jordan.
You're not going to pick yourself?
Just the fact that, I mean, I know this is originally a singing competition, and as much as I would like to, just to be honest, just to take myself out for a second. Jordan, he works with the crowd, and he's a musician at heart. He doesn't just sing, he does everything. So whatever he does, I know he gives 110%. So.
I think that Ashley Dixon is somebody to watch, though, and she does not sing, but she is awesome. You guys?
I'm going to stick with Jordan. I think he's the most musically talented as far as like his instruments. He works with the crowd, and for me, like humbleness goes a long way. I see him encouraging all the other contestants, and I think that's really awesome on his part. It speaks beyond the stage for him.
Yeah, I definitely would say Jordan. But I really think, like what you mentioned with Sarah Jo, is I think it's going to be, I think she's going to surprise a lot of people. Like, I think she's going to get votes, and I think she may be one of the top vote getters the whole time. I think that, but I don't. But I think that Jordan's one of the best. So.
All right.
But the rappers are going to make it.
You think?
All right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe one of them.
All right. Thank you guys so much.